Firefighters have a shorter lifespan than the rest of the community, prompting world-first research in the ACT to determine the long-term health effects of heat exposure. The research could lead to better management and care of the men and women on the front line.
These firefighters are walking into a room heated to 100 degrees. They're taking part in world-first research.
So what we wanted to understand was, why is it that some people who look, for all intents and purposes, exactly the same? Why is it that one person thrives in that environment and the other person doesn't?
It's stage 2 of research mitigating thermal strain in firefighters.
We have an ageing firefighting population and we don't understand the underlying physiological changes that come from exposure to heat.
Anthony's a PhD student at the University of Canberra and he's a firefighter.
I've been a firefighter for 9 years and I've seen and experienced first-hand heat strain from working in these environments.
The group started its day at 3 this morning when each member swallowed one of these. They'll give Anthony an accurate measurement of their core temperature. The ACT ambulance service is helping with the study.
So we take heart rate, respiratory rate, we take blood pressure, we take a number of measurements of measure of oxygen in their blood, the lactate levels in their blood, a couple of different measures of temperature, because there's different ways of measuring temperature, and we take 2 blood samples for later analysis.
The group spends 20 minutes in this room before a break.
Hot. Yeah, a bit sore in the forearms from carrying the weights.
Yeah, you don't notice the heat so much because it's exciting. It's not exciting, but your adrenaline's going.
You don't notice it at all in a house fire because I guess you're thinking about so many other different things.
Then it's back inside. It simulates a real job like a house fire.
So we operate on 30 minutes. At the Sydney building fire, we had personnel that went through 7 breathing apparatus sets. So 7 lots of 30 minutes. Inappropriate that we actually put people through that sort of environment because we're not really sure at this point in time how well they'll recover.
They don't realise how hot and tired they are until they go back in.
I was much harder this time. I was feeling pretty sick and pretty hot.
Their vitals will be measured again now and again in an hour to see how they've recovered.
We're just hoping for a greater insight in how we manage our personnel at incidents and how we allow them to recover to make sure that they're not only fit for work but fit for home as well.
So one of the things we want to get out of today's work is we want to use this evidence to develop our clinical guidelines so that we can develop procedures and pathways for our paramedics to apply in these situations.
20 years ago, the heat of a house fire reached about 50 degrees. Now it's 800 degrees, making this type of research all the more important. Yana Black, WIN News.